I have a quick question. Is it even possible for Elizabeth Warren to speak without lying or without gaslighting? I don't think so, because after watching this video, your blood is going to be boiling. She is absolutely insane. We obviously already knew this, but this just confirms it. She was sitting here trying to grill one of Trump's trade reps over the tariff war, and she uses the most insane gaslighting techniques that I have ever seen. But honestly, this is what the Democrats do. So let's get right into it. My name is Clayton Kearns from TrendingPolitics.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out so much. So, as I said, the Democrats are obviously freaking out over everything going on with these trade negotiations, with these tariff negotiations. President Trump has completely shattered the mold. He has completely gone against the status quo, and the Democrats don't know how to react to it. All of these big-time Democrats are losing a lot of money in stock market value, and they were all for tough trade techniques and negotiations against China years and years ago. To the likes of Bernie Sanders, Chuck Schumer, Pelosi, all these people were okay with being tough on trade until President Trump started doing it. So I want you to see, I'm going to play this video. I want you to try to pick out the gaslighting techniques that she uses while questioning this trade rep, okay? So I'm going to play the entire clip, and then I'm going to analyze it afterwards, okay? I know some of you didn't like it when I, am pausing in between and interrupting the video, so I'm going to try to do it a little bit more methodically going forward. So let's watch this clip, and then once I'm done with the parts, I will analyze it, because she uses a very, very interesting gaslighting technique, which is quite frankly disgusting. Let's get into it.
Driving this economy off a cliff. With no evidence to back him up, he's claimed emergency authorities to slap new tariffs on nearly every product we import from nearly every country. But Congress has the power to reverse these tariffs, and we should do so immediately. Tariffs can be a tool to help build things in America, but Trump has slapped tariffs on, then off again with no rhyme or reason. And the uncertainty about the long-term rules makes companies far less likely to invest in manufacturing or jobs here in the United States. If Congress doesn't stand up to Trump, economists predict a recession before the end of the year. And Fed Chair Jerome Powell says we're in a real danger of, quote, both higher unemployment and higher inflation. Translation, Trump's tariffs will push millions of workers out of jobs and push prices up at the same time. So, Ambassador Greer, we've heard a lot of conflicting statements about whether these tariffs are here to stay, how many more rounds of on-off we're going to do. So let me ask the question from a different perspective. Ambassador Greer, we lost 700,000 jobs each month in the last recession. If 700,000 Americans lose their jobs, will the Trump administration suspend these tariffs?
Senator, I think the economists who are making these projections, who often are in favor of fully unfettered free trade, are the same ones who said in the first Trump term that putting tariffs...
Greer, Ambassador Greer, let me just stop you there. I'm not asking about projections. I'm asking if the numbers show that 700,000 people have lost their jobs because of these new tariffs that Trump has slapped on, will the administration reverse course and lift those tariffs?
Senator, that's not going to happen. We've lost 5 million manufacturing jobs over the years, which is the number I'm most worried about, and we have to get those jobs back.
So I take that as a no. Let me try another one. Moody's says that if the Trump tariffs remain in place, we will definitely plunge into a recession, which will ultimately cost 3.5 million Americans their jobs. So, Ambassador Greer, if Trump's tariffs push 3.5 million people out of work, will the Trump administration reverse course and lift those tariffs?
Senator, the Wall Street analysts are wrong. They never want to have any kind of change to the status quo.
Right,
but that's who you're quoting to me,
Senator.
Senator.
I'm giving you a number. If the number is 3.5 million, if it never comes to pass, you don't have to worry about your answer. But if 3.5 million people lose their jobs because of these tariffs, is the Trump administration prepared to lift them?
Right now, this minute, we're working on negotiations with countries who believe they can achieve reciprocity with us and get their trade deficit down. And that's the emergency we're focused on.
Yes.
There's not going to be a situation where years from now we've lost millions of jobs.
Let me try one more time. If Trump tariffs push workers out of their jobs and raise prices, as Fed Chair Powell has predicted, will you reverse course then?
I think also with respect to Chairman Powell, who I don't know personally, but I know the president makes decisions on trade, and he rarely takes advice from Chairman Powell on this. We found in Trump 1 that you could put tariffs on China and you could make it work and have lower income, lower unemployment, lower inflation, and increase real median household income over time as we reshore. And that's what we have to do, Senator.
What I'm hearing you say is that no one can hear a rhyme or reason to why the tariffs are off again, on again, off again, on again. But what you're telling us is the fact that hundreds of thousands, even millions of people could lose their jobs and that prices could go up will not be a factor for you or for Donald Trump for rolling those tariffs back. Look, if Republicans are serious about protecting American jobs and fighting inflation.
All right, and then she just rambles for the next 45 seconds. I'm not going to put you through that kind of torture. We've already heard her screeching voice long enough today, more than I'd ever like to. So let's get into her gaslighting techniques here, okay? She literally says, hey, this analyst is projecting this many job losses, and this analyst is projecting these price increases. And the trade rep is saying, we simply just don't believe that that's going to happen. We simply don't foresee tens of millions of people losing their jobs. Obviously, the Democrats are always going to extrapolate. They're always going to make the situation seem so much worse than it is. But here's what the Democrats try to do, especially in these committee hearings. They try to get a specific answer out of their adversaries, out of the Trump people, because number one, they want the sound clip, and number two is they really want to look strong. And so she says, hey, based on these projections and based on the last recession, we had 700,000 people a month losing their jobs. And he says, I know that those are projections, but I don't believe in those projections. And then she literally says, I'm not asking you about projections. I'm just asking you if this many jobs were lost. And it's like, wait a minute, hold on. Your whole argument is based around the projections. That's what she's leading with, is projections. This is absolute insanity, and this is why nobody respects Elizabeth Warren. She has another nickname that we go by. If you know it, write it in the comments. This is why nobody respects her, and this is why the Democrat Party has a historically low approval rating, okay? It's because they do this kind of stuff, and the American people are fed up with it. And we get it. We see through their gaslighting techniques. We see through the theatrics of it all. I mean, we saw Cory Booker the other day do a 25-hour filibuster on God knows what. Nothing was done. Nothing came out of that. But they are just trying everything they can to make President Trump look bad and to make it look like the economy is crashing worse than ever before. What's crazy is that we had a brutal actual bear market under Joe Biden for over a year. I mean, literally it was from December of 21 until it really didn't recover until like spring of 23. And the Democrats didn't care about it whatsoever because it was their guy. It was Joe Biden. But here's the thing, is that President Trump is taking the actions that need to be taken in order to bring back America. It is a little bit of pain right now, and he told us about this months ago. But in order to structurally change the foundation of how trade is done, how this economy runs, this needs to happen. Diamonds are made with pressure, and that is what is happening. Elizabeth Warren knows nothing about the economy. And she's just trying to pin down the Trump administration to try to get a sound bite, sound clip. It's not working. Her projections are a bunch of BS, and I'm glad that the trade rep did not cower to her or cave to anything she said. So let me know what you think about this exchange. Let me know what you think about her disgusting gaslighting techniques. and I will keep you updated with everything that's going on here with this crazy tariff situation. I'll talk to you soon.